I'm lonely, I'll make me a world. And as far as the eye of God could see, darkness covered everything, blacker than 100 midnights, down in a cypress swamp. Darkness rolled up on one side, and the light stood shining on the other. And God said, "That's good." Then God reached out and took the light in his hands, and God rolled the light in his hands until he made a sun, and he set the sun blazing in the heavens. Darkness with tremendous star power, 380 billion trillion watts in 1 second, releasing more energy than we've consumed in all of history. And out of the sun's huge gyrating belly spewed humongous magnetic storms and great solar flares, releasing the energy of a billion thermonuclear explosions. And the light that was left from making the sun gathered it up in a shining ball and flung it against the darkness, spangling the night with moon and stars. Then down between the darkness and the light, he hurled the world. And God said, "That's good." Swirling these great silent elliptical orbits, fantastic, terrifying terrestrial spheres, from the speeding iron planet Mercury way out to the ghostly orbit of the comets. Mercury is the blazing winged footed Roman messenger, a hunk of iron and nickel, bombarded by meteoroids and asteroids, scorched hot and lifeless by searing solar winds. Spirits closely around the sun 4 times faster than Earth, and is held so spinless by the sun that in 1 Mercury year there's only 1.5 Mercury days. And beyond Mercury, is that an unidentified flying object? No, it's Venus, goddess of love and beauty. She veils herself in glorious brightness, super hot 500 degrees, poisonous clouds, heavy with carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid rain, spitting hardly at all. The sun holds her tight, morning's bright beauty and evening's delight. Her surface is deadly, her sky is a fright. The third planet is Earth, our watery home. No world is like it. Just enough carbon, positive rocks, not too far from the sun, just far enough, catching solar energy, green oxygen factory, just enough mass to hold it together. The Earth's such a wonder, it just makes you wonder. Then God himself stepped down, and the sun was on his right hand, and the moon was on his left. The magnificent moon, daughter of Earth, how did she get there? Nobody knows. Perhaps she was captured by gravity, or Earth co-created. Some say she bolted out of her molten mother and freed. Others claim she was born from a collision mysterious. Whatever it was, she moves with such grace. Her size is just perfect. Her distance in place. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Astrid Armstrong once boldly proclaimed. Then with 12 lunar visits in all, pulling the world's oceans hour upon hour, keeping millions of tide pools and millions of life forms evolving and crawling on our Earth's distant shores. The stars were clustered about his head, and the earth was under his feet, and God walked, and where he trod, his footsteps hollowed the valleys out and bulged the mountains up. To the